Hello, we are here to learn about prefixes and suffixes. Well, for any word to make some sort of a sense to us, okay, if not sense, if it has to convey a certain meaning to us, uh, it should it should exist in its complete form. Well, to say when we look at the topic called vocabulary, there are these aspects against which we try and learn uh, the use of words or strength of words, which in other words is also called again vocabulary. So one of those aspects of this vocabulary happens to be prefixes and suffixes. Now these two words, even as we read those words or pronounce them, in both these words, that is prefix and suffix, we can see that the very first three letters in the word prefix is actually pre, that is pre. So this part of the word prefix, that is pre, again read as pronounced as pre, is suggestive of anything or something that comes in the beginning, that is way ahead in the word in question, the word in question. Okay, so you can say that a prefix could be a group of letters which apparently appears in the beginning of the given word, which again leads to lending a specific meaning to that root word or the keyword which is given to us. Like in what we can see now, there are a couple of words given over here. Well, I would want to read what this definition says. Prefixes are added to the beginning of a word to make a new word with a different meaning. For example, it could be a word with a different meaning. Sometimes they amount to enhancing the meaning of the already existing word also. Okay? So the examples that we can see over here are unhappy, illegal, impossible. So for our convenience, those group of letters have been colored in red so as to indicate to us that these letters are basically the prefixes in these words. So if we uh, look at the colored words, colored letters separately, we understand that in all the four examples that we can see over there, happy, legal, possible, cultural are the keywords over there. And the letters which are attached again in the beginning of the word are indicating that those are the prefixes. So actually in the very first example, the use of the prefix un is actually leading us to make an antonym of the keyword, that is happy. So antonym, in other words, is the opposite of the keyword word. So happy, the opposite, the antonym becomes unhappy. So basically, we are able to come to an antonym over here because of the use of the prefix. So it's pretty much the same for all the examples except for the last word, multicultural. All others happen to be the antonyms of the root word or the keyword given over there. So the keyword in the second example is legal. Again, the prefix double L is actually making it the antonym illegal. Possible, antonym of possible is impossible. So the prefix that has led to the formation of this antonym is im. Here, the last example, multicultural, is not an antonym, but yeah, like we already discussed, it is leading us to make or coin another new word, uh, which is, which can again add to our vocabulary, that is more than one. Cultural is only maybe some sort of an adjective, but multicultural, it is leading us to make yet another noun. Now, it's exactly the opposite, obviously. Suffixes, that is a group of letters again that is added to the keyword or the root word towards the end of it, which actually comes in the later part, not in the later part, maybe. After the keyword ends, these group of letters, if they are added, yet again, we are led to coining or forming of new words, or you can amazingly improve our vocabulary skills. So let me read this. Suffixes are added to the end of a main word. This often changes the word to a different part of speech. For example, a word to an adjective. Well, I think this is what we discussed in prefix also, just for the last example, if you remember. a moment ago. So harmless, restful, childish. Again, the suffixes in all the four examples have been indicated to us by using the color for those particular letters. And what is that? Well, LES is less, FUL full, ISH ish, ABLE able. So harm, the moment the suffix called S is added, it's again becoming, you know, in other words, antonym, and also here it becomes an adjective, because if we remove the suffix less, harm is nothing but a verb. But when you're adding the suffix called less, the word harm is changing itself into an adjective, that is harmless. Similar is the case with the remaining examples. FUL full. When you add that to the keyword rest, it becomes restful. Child, childish. Likeable. Able is the suffix over here. So when we join these two words, the keyword like and the suffix able, it becomes likable. Yet again, we are leading us to form an adjective. Childish is also another very beautiful adjective. So most often, what we have to learn in this topic is the prefixes and suffixes themselves have a certain meaning. So if we know the meanings of those prefixes and suffixes, maybe we'll be able to understand the keywords even better. So there are so many ways in which the meanings of the suffixes and prefixes can be defined. So this is already something that we have learned. A prefix is a group of letters placed before the root of a word. For example, the word unhappy consists of the prefix un, which means not, combined with the root of stem word happy. This is precisely what I explained a little while ago. Okay, now here we can do it by way of a few more examples. Again, we are defining the word suffix over here. So let's just repeat, or maybe recap, or just repeat what we've learned. A suffix is a group of letters placed after the root of a word. For example, the word flavorless consists of the root word flavor combined with the suffix less, which means without. The words flavorless meaning or means having no flavor. So we can see that the suffix in the word that is being discussed over here is less, okay, apparently, which is coming towards the end of the word. So that happens to be a suffix. So the word flavor, we are using it as let us say we are naming something, okay. So the moment we are using the suffix called less, joining it with the keyword that is flavor over there, we are coining, we're not coining exactly, but it results in the formation of yet another new word where we're trying to indicate that something does not have a flavor anymore. So these are all various examples of suffixes, able, l, er, est. So invariably, all these group of words or these suffixes get to be attached at the end of the keyword. Okay, and here are the meanings that are given over here. Okay, most of which we really don't have to refer, because these are the suffixes that we use very frequently in our day-to-day usage of our language also. EST, full, IBLE. IBLE means forming an adjective. ING, it could be an action. Yes, exactly. That's what it says. I'm trying to point out over here, acting and showing. Okay, less, obviously something which we are devoid of, something which does not. Okay, I don't know if there's a point in what we're trying to say. It is pointless to have this discussion now. The moment I said point in the previous example, I'm trying to say that there is a certain significance attached to the action that is going on over there. When I say there is a point when I'm saying this. But in the very next example, when I say it is pointless to have this discussion now, the use of the suffix at the end of the word point is making it clear, or the message or the meaning that is conveyed over there is, it is not affected by. That is precisely what the meaning which has been given over here. So these lists of prefixes and suffixes do not cover, okay, what we are trying to say is, in the content that I'm trying to share over here, the messages, these are just a miniature version of a plethora of words that we can get to learn by learning this huge topic called prefixes and suffixes.